This is my Flavor King Pluot. It is not doing so good. Look at that. It's just dying. It's like it's roasting in the sun or something is going on with it, and the tree is not liking it. But the Flavor Queen right behind it is doing excellent. There's a little bit of wind whippage going on, but this guy, Flavor King, is not enjoying this heat. So there were hundreds of fruit on this, and I'm trying to save it, and I feel like it was working so hard with the fruit to try to grow it that it's sacrificing itself. So I could be wrong, I could be right, but I went through and I picked off all of the fruit and dropped it on the ground so that it can biodegrade and help itself out next year. Little fruits. These are supposed to be twice the size. There was a lot of little fruit. I didn't thin this tree, but some of it is still living. So we've got some good leaf color that's going on here. And then just off to the side, it's dead. Well, some of the leaves are dying. I've changed my watering schedule to try to save it. So now I'm watering every day instead of twice a week deeply. And I'm watering a little bit lighter. So in terms of soil, it just finished watering. And if I dig here, you'll see that the soil is not soaked, not wet, but it has, right there it is kind of wet. So maybe by the root ball, I can't squeeze out any water. So that is a good wetness, I think. But I do need to get mulch. I need to put more mulch here. This straw is not working very good. So I'll bring out my thermometer at some time and check out the temperature differences between the top of the straw and the bottom of the straw. I'm willing to bet that it will not see much of a temperature difference versus if you have wood chips. Due to the density of the wood chips, it would be a better thermal management system for the roots at the base of each of these trees. So it also could be that this is no longer a dominant tree and it's losing out on a lot of the nutrition because the Flavor Queen is coming over to this side because it's such a dominant large tree. Flavor Supreme, on the other hand, has been looking really good, but the fruit has been, this is what is looking like for the fruit. It's just getting sunburned and yeah, it's just not looking very good in terms of the fruit set. So maybe it's just because these have only been in the ground for 1 year and I need to let them grow and become more established before they can really set some fruit. I hope it's not too late for this Flavor King, but we will see. We'll see what happens. Flavor Queen, again, looking so good. The fruit is looking good. Everything's looking good on it. Slight burns on it, but not too bad. Flavor King, lots of burns. Look at that. So sad. Flavor Supreme, looking really good. Interestingly enough, on my 4-in-1, the Flavor King has a lot of fruit on it. There we go. The 4-in-1. Look at all the fruit set on that. Right there, tons of fruit set. And it is staying alive there. So maybe it's the rootstock. With the 4-in-1, I'm not sure what rootstock that is on. With this rootstock, if it's level, I think level rootstock, it will rot the tree. You can't overwater it. But maybe you can overwater it. I'm not exactly sure. But I'm thinking the rootstock for this Flavor King is different from the Flavor Queen and the Flavor Supreme, because why would this be responding this way? If my 4-in-1 is functioning great, this one is not functioning great. The other option that I could pick is maybe my water line is too close to the trunk of the tree and I need to pull it out a little bit further to align with the drip line that is established for this, which is a little bit bigger than where it was last year. Last year it had some really good growth. So maybe I'll do that today. I'll extend the drip line out a little bit. I'll try to find some wood chips to be able to put down and have some good ground cover. And I'll go from there. So hopefully I'll give you an updated video on this. Hopefully at the end of the summer. Hopefully I get some new growth, because right now is the season for it to start growing nice. Oh, and as a side note, this is the Plumcot, and the same type of thing is happening here on the south facing. This is all burnt. I mean, when it goes brown like this, you know it's not getting enough water. But I'm watering it just like everything else. So we will see what happens. I do have it extended out to the drip line where my watering is. And anyway, so this one's getting burned, and then the cherry trees. I have never had success with cherry trees. These have been in the ground. This is their second year in the ground. And you can just see how they're getting beat up here. But look at that, new growth. So new growth, that means that even though there's a lot of heat here, I'm giving it enough water for it to stimulate new growth and hopefully continue to grow and not die off. But we will see. I did expand the drip line here last week, and I think if I get more wood chips, it will handle things a lot better. But there's all experimentation. It is very hot and pretty darn humid the past couple of days due to the monsoons, but we haven't actually seen the monsoons here. So we'll see what goes on. See, look at this, Flavor King. Dude, some of these are getting sunburned already, but beautiful coloring in some of these. Some of them not so beautiful in terms of coloring. Look at that. Flavor King, can't wait to have that one. Here's the Flavor Supreme. These ones, nice and big. And towards the end, these are getting sun all day long. If I can focus, there we go. Sun all day long. And here we're getting this bruising. I wonder if that changes the taste of the fruit. We'll find out pretty soon, but they shouldn't be this yellowish orange. They need to be more of this green, and then they go to a dark green when they're ripe enough to be able to eat. And the Flavor Queen is this nice light green. Stays that way. Flavor King also changes color, but we'll see what happens with this stuff. This one also is on a level rootstock, and you can see that it also is burning. The leaves are curling up a little bit, so I don't know if this type of rootstock needs to get more water compared to other rootstocks, but we'll see. A couple of new varieties that I've grafted onto these things, but thought I'd give you all an update. Maybe in a month or so after I do the mulch and change watering, I will see improvement. All right, say goodbye. Bye, chickens.